We're with Mallie Donohoe from the SPU Volleyball team. Mallie and the Falcons back home this week for Concordia, Portland in Western Oregon. We're coming off a big win at Northwest Nazarene on Saturday. Mallie, talk about that a little bit. That has definitely been a team that's been a thorn in our sides for a while.
It's been a long time coming. Very exciting. I think we finally put those pieces together of like, oh wow, it is really tough to win, but on any given night in our conference, anybody can beat anybody, and it was our turn to beat NNU.
And what was working out there that helped you get over that hump?
That's a great question. I think it was really just, yeah, like I said, putting all those pieces together finally of like, we have all the pieces to beat this team. It's just about having that confidence in ourselves to do that.
And speaking of confidence, how does that carry forward into a couple of big home matches this week, knowing you got a nice win like that behind you?
Yeah, I think we've got some good matches lined up this weekend, and I think we have a really good opportunity to go on a 3-win run. So I'm pretty excited for this weekend.
Okay. Talk about the season so far. There have been a few ups, a few downs, kind of a roller coaster ride the first few weeks here. Just talk about from your perspective on the court.
Definitely a roller coaster ride. That's a great way to describe it. I think a lot of it is just like a learning curve. We've got a lot of new kids out here.
Mm-hmm.
But also for us veterans of finding a way to really gel together and, and, you know, just like figure out what works best for us. I think that's just kind of having a chip on our shoulder and like knowing that what we're capable of. And I think we're coming to realize that.
Do you sense that togetherness is starting to come together, such as it were?
Yeah, it's starting to come together for sure. And I think a big part of that is our practices lately. And on top of that, I think we've been working really hard in film and noticing a lot of what other teams are doing and letting that really prepare us for matches. So that's pretty cool.
You talk about the large number of newcomers the Falcons have this year. How's that been blending together and and them melding into the team and becoming a part of all this?
They're really great kids. A ton of talent, so it's really fun to have them. We're working a lot on our culture and developing what kind of team we want to be and what kind of program we want to be, and I think they're doing a great job integrating.
And let's talk about Mallie a little bit. You came here as a freshman as an outside hitter, and now you are the lead libero. Just about the opposite. Talk about that transition, what that's been like for you.
It's been interesting. I was an outside most of my life, so when Abby approached me about like playing that DS libero role, I was a little apprehensive at first, and of course, like you always want to be the big point scorer, the big hitter, but 5'8.5" isn't really big in collegiate volleyball anymore. So I took on that role as a DS my sophomore year, and then I just ran with it. I fell in love with it, and for whatever reason, getting a killer dig was even more exciting than getting a kill. So I've been having a lot of fun with it, and now that I'm like actually libero, it's just like, how many digs can I get? I just had my season high, career high of 25 digs, and so the goal is 30. That's the next goal, and then we're reaching even higher. So.
Did you find it to be kind of a natural position for you once you got into it a little bit, or did it take a lot of work?
It took a lot of work, and it's still taking a lot of work because I find myself playing defense like an outside, not like a libero. Like liberos are really like the quarterback of the back row and like commanding all of these defensive players back there, and you have a lot of people to like manage, and so it was interesting for me to like find my voice in that and kind of take control back there as opposed to just like standing where I need to stand.
Okay. It's not just digging up the ball. There's a lot more to it.
Right. There's a lot more vocality to it, and yeah. So I'm getting used to it, and I'm having a lot of fun with it.
Okay. And of course, once in a while, I still see you get a swing in there too. You wait for those opportunities to come when you can take a whack at the ball.
Unfortunately, that's a little painful. I actually have a small tear in my labrum, so I don't even serve in practice. I just serve in games.
Okay.
And so that's fun, but also it's annoying to miss a serve because then I'm in pain for no reason.
Okay.
So if you're going to serve it in.
Get it in there. All right. First day of classes today, and here you are, a senior already. Does it seem like those 4 years have gone by? Talk about that a little bit.
You know what they say, it flies by, and it definitely did fly by. And I'm getting into some really interesting classes for my major.
And your major is?
Business.
Okay.
And I have an emphasis in management, and then after I study abroad this spring, I'll also have a concentration in international business. Okay. So that's really exciting. But getting into those like management classes and a little more specific to my career path, which is really exciting.
And you talk about study abroad. What do you have in mind for that? Where are you going with that?
I'm actually going to Paris, Prague, and Rome, 3 weeks in each. So I'll be there the whole spring quarter of my senior year, which is really exciting.
Wow. And any like internship type things or business related things lined up with that? How does that work?
Oh no, not necessarily. But I did have an internship this past summer, which was really fun.
All right. All right. Well, thank you, Mallie. Good luck this week.
Thanks, Mark.
All right.